What is the best advice you have ever got? And what was the worst advice you received?
Worst advice was
When it comes to social media, Instagram or LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Digital marketing or networking? Discount offer to client or value addition to client?
Value addition.
Investment in business automation or in... Coming back to your organization, where you are supporting organization and corporates at a much higher level, there are organizations related to your company, but what is your USP and value addition which you're offering to your potential clients?
Yeah. So we believe in you as a company paying the fees. We collect the entire documentation. We tell what is lacking. We sit with you and prepare the documents in your office. We send our licensing people. All our employees have been coming from other best consultants and other school of thoughts, and they are mostly postgraduates, and they love the job. Okay, they love to do the labor law compliances, right? Our strength is government licensing. Having put all together, you need to know how to talk to the government official, how to handle if an inquiry is coming, what should you be having in the notice board and abstracts, what are the physical documents you should have, how you should talk to them, at what time to meet them, how to gently follow up, how to not to agitate anybody, how to call for more inspection and more scrutiny. How to use the government initiatives. For example, not many people know that there is a registration for eshram cards. Cards. If you see, there's a poor registration for eshram cards. This comes under the Ministry of Labor and Employment, under the scheme of Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, where the accident insurance benefit of 2 lakhs at the time of accident death and permanent disability, or 1 lakh of partial disability. The premier for the first year is borne by the Ministry of Labor and Employment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how many of them are registering into this? How many of them are getting
No, not even aware. I'm not aware that such something is existing.
That is, I'm talking about the organized sector.
Right.
Just imagine the unorganized sector. There are 379 categories in unorganized sectors.
Oh.
Our Ola drivers, our Swiggy, Zomato food deliverers, and those who are providing for the internet connection. 379 categories. Those who open up shops in the vegetable vendors, all that. Like, this will be useful for them, sir. As such, like,
my God, this is a great.
So we bring awareness. We bring awareness of those things.
Okay.
Many things during COVID time, there is a lot of speculations. Speculations that come, like, this will come, that will come. Like, we go by the government orders. That is one other USP. And we make you non-questionable by the authorities.
Oh, okay.
And anyone who is in our system for more than a year will get nominated by the particular labor inspector or inspector of factories for idle factory, idle companies, idle establishment.
Okay. So you mean to say government licensing is your great strength, where you can easily penetrate with any of the companies, people, and since you know them very well, you can very well document the client's documentation. All that is what you are saying.
Exactly.
Which becomes naturally, if they are going, they may not know whom to meet, what to do, and the process delay will be a huge, that kind of frustration.
But first you should know what to do. Then why you should do it, then how you should do it. For example, you may cover ES and EPF. Some people leave out LWF. Some people do not know what is interstate migratory workers. If someone from UP is coming to work in Karnataka, Maharashtra, or Tamil Nadu or Telangana, I would say they have to register the interstate migratory workers. So during this pandemic, many of them migratory transition was happening. They went back walking.
Correct.
Because when they're not having the next 2-3 days food to eat, they'll better go back to their village and work in agriculture, where at least they have food, right? So like interstate migratory, something like employment exchange, right? People hardly value that department in the government, but they do offer here and there. We all know how to make fun of the government initiatives. But the government of India is running one of the largest statutory offices in the whole of the world. Like, it covers 1.4 billion. 1 in 7 person is like 6 people or 7 people is like, our system is still holding it. The chair is able to take the weight. Okay, the chair may not look so beautiful. Not everything is online. So it's a mixture of offline and online. So we help you totalize the thing and bring the benefits to you, what the government is offering. That awareness is very important. Like I told you about the eshram cards. Then frequent things like handling the sudden inspections, the scrutiny. And we have a unique checklist. Till now, the code of wages, I've taken many webinars. If you go to YouTube, you'll see like many webinars I've taken with HR India, Federation, and all. Like, if you see on what the impact of the 4 labor codes, I will share the PDF after this. You can share it in the link of the YouTube. Like, before the code is implemented, how you should be prepared.
Okay.
And what are the consequences of it? And I have a thorough checklist for each entity. And if I'm dealing with your company, like I've dealt with a similar company before, so I know the checklist, what to cover, every nitty-gritty, all the T's will be crossed and I's will be dotted. If you come to Hertz Global Compliance under my purview.
Wonderful. That's a great support for an organization who are running volumes and volumes of employees. Great. Related to that, like you are also into contract staffing and recruitment and all that, but many manpower agencies, a lot of people, they will have their own tool and technology, and like they call ATS and a tool for managing the people. So do you have such kind of a tool in your organization especially for talent acquisition or recruitment?
Yeah. So talent acquisition, we acquire the talent so that they increase your profit and add value with purpose, integrity, and excellence. There is in India called Executive Recruiters Association. There are some standards that you have to follow. I have worked in Covenant Consultants earlier, where they were primarily into talent acquisition. So with that core experience of award-winning services, I know the parameters that are set above the Executive Recruiters Association standards. We use 70%, of course, the portal we use. We use 30% of direct headhunting.
Oh, okay.
Some of our clients are like Elior, Adani Group, ADTL, and IHROS. Like skill set like Python, and like strategic, like full stack development, and ensure that we get the appropriate person within the easily joining time.
Oh, okay.
We ensure they have the skill set. Maybe they're looking for an upgrade in salary or a designation, nearness to home. Many people I find they'll work in even a bad job with a good boss. But nobody will work with a good job with a bad boss, right?
True.
So there are a lot of emotional factors involved, and people always look for change. Human being, there is also there, but still, we do not look for the person who's looking for a job. Place them there. We ideally look for prospective candidates to join employ of another organization who are relatively doing well in their current organization. Who are meeting the key result areas, who have received performance linked bonus, who are exhibiting great vitality in their job, then only they add value to the subsequent organization as such. So those kind of things, with an eye, you have to look for the talent. Right? Talent, human capital management is a great science and art. And yes, we have a portal which if you come to us and email me and call me at my number 9840667011 or Ivan at hgcompliance.com, IVAN at hgcompliance.com. I will refer you that portal where you can also use that portal across, it's connected to Monster, LinkedIn, Naukri, multiple sources. And we have a software key developed in the last 6 months or last 2 years. How many people have searched for this particular job function with this much of years of experience in the linear or the Boolean search? And how many probably, I've contacted them. This candidate is a kind of a dropout person. Will he or she really join on the joining date? All that matters. And will they really add a value? And because we work on standard 8.33 and certain executive recruitment is there, and also headhunting is also there. Like sometimes we send, and I have met professionals in the parking lot like in the neighborhood of other entities. And networking is a great way of finding good sources. And till now, word of mouth plays a huge role as such.
Makes sense.
And we have immense memberships across WhatsApp and LinkedIn. So we do job posting, job posters. Yeah, employment thing is there. And subsequent with your question, contract staff. Contract staff is where, we have our HGC. We have our own EPF and ESI code, and where you can minimize your risk of hiring and firing. They will be working in your organization, wearing your uniform, wearing your ID card. They'll be carrying all your representations, ID card. They'll be carrying your documents, but I will be paying them. HGC will be paying them monthly salary. We have the caliber for most of the consultants. They do collect and pay. They collect the fees and they take 7% or 6%. They service charge and they pay the employees. We even pay and collect from the organizations. So that's a value add to the organizations. So this again is done maybe for a season. They require. We handle airport projects, IT companies, food industries, logistics, chat services. Our employees are deputed internet service providers like acqFiber, Neuron networks. Across India we have our contract staffing deployed. So many of them are in continuous contract as well as in fixed term contract. And some of them work as consultants also. Even RPO model also we develop. For example, for one German engineering firm, Sascha Engineering, the payroll coordinator for the whole of India, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, their office were there. So she was on a maternity leave. So someone had to take over for the next 6 to 7 months. We deployed our person in their thing because of data confidentiality, and they wanted to handle the payroll. We sent our staff deputed in their organization. They were working for them. He was working with deputed there. And after the contract, he is back to our system. Like RPO model is there. So it's like, you need hands-on.
And across Pan India, you work on various candidature and staffing, or how does it? You restrict to Karnataka?
No, we are Hertz Global. The name itself is global, actually. So we have a presence. Yeah, we have a presence in 22 cities in India.
Wonderful.
22 strong economic regions of India, like Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Pune, the NCR regions, and we have in Rajasthan, of course, Kochi, Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, even cities that are booming like Lucknow, Indore, Guwahati. Certain industries are there. So we are part of the RISE entrepreneurs factor, where we also have in Malaysia, Vietnam, Singapore, Myanmar, Laos, and most of Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi, UAE, Oman is a good business network. And we handle taxations of Australia, New Zealand, US, payroll calculation of such foreign countries as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. I understand, like recruitment contract staffing is a huge volume of work.
And payroll. We do payroll as well. Payroll.
Yeah, my next question is like that only. So for contract staffing and recruitment, it's of course for an organization, it's a huge volume of regular effort which they have to put on the recruitment part, which they would love to outsource it. But for payroll and statutory compliance and labor laws, and why do they want to outsource, and especially why your company they want to outsource?
Yes, very valid question. I mean, that is what we are in the business for. So the subject knowledge of labor law compliance, statutory compliances, regulatory compliances, payroll is huge. There is the HRMS software done for payroll, right? Many companies offer that. But after the salary has been paid, there are a lot of payroll-enabled services, post-payroll services. There is pre-payroll while calculating the salary and all that. There is post-payroll like pay slips, and you have to be ready within the 5 next working days to take any corrections also.
Okay.
So for one person or two person in an organization handling the entire thing, it is quite cumbersome. And nobody will work for 10,000 rupees only for doing payroll. So if the HR is given that payroll job additionally with the accounts department, the entire 5 days or maximum 7 days, even after handling the queries, By the time they do the 10th of the month will come, by 15th they have to file the EPF and ESI. 15th deadline. So you need the knowledge, skill, you need the subject matter expertise, and you need to do it within a budget. That's why payroll outsourcing works. It is a mandatory thing. It does not require huge creativity, but it requires a skill to do it in time, in budget, and to generate payout, you should not be paying out to someone. So this labor law payroll is very much related, like, right? So many of the documents are generated after the post payroll services, like, okay, all the ECR forms of EPF, the challans of ESI, the challans paid remittance of PT, LWF, so on and so forth. There are many plus. So yeah, so what happens is, like, you need a person with the subject knowledge, with vast experience, and those who are traveling to the government offices on a daily basis. On a daily basis, they're traveling. See, you need to present certain things in written letterheads, right? We will send you the data, how it should be formatted. You print it out, and we'll collect the letter from your organization, and we sign NDA before that, and we will go to the government office and represent it there, and sit out there, and since we're able to go every day, we're able to gently remind them. And we handle their files in bulk. So sometimes when they see us only, the government, when a human being meets another human being only, the response is there.
Correct. The processing becomes easier as you bring face value, just because you are interacting on a daily basis. So over a period of time, you will have a face value and recommend to fasten the entire process. All that.
The government official, his five senses will be fulfilled.
Okay.
He sees us, he feels us. He hears the company's name by his ear. He does not read it on a screen on the desktop. He does not just read the letter. He hears the company. He knows that such companies. He is able to respond to the commissioner, assistant commissioner, or regional commissioner, and that is why the office is open. So many things get done. Like meeting the officer in person, fulfill, and the company also, it needs that licensing.
Right.
So with the licensing, with the data preparation, the documentation, data collection, and enhancement of the procedures that has been followed, we offer something like, for example, 100 plus employees, 200 plus, up to 300, 5,000, 6,000 is minimal payroll per month. Like, you cannot employ a person, give full-time salary of 5,000, no one will come. And even if you pay 30,000, you don't expect him to know everything, him or her to know everything. To calculate ESI, EPF, and salary, you need to pay another salary. Imagine. So
correct.
Outsourcing makes sense. You may already have a strong admin or a HR person, or a factory, management representative, or like a company. Some certain companies, the owner himself sees the payroll data, so they can monitor the subject. They can monitor the payroll. But they can't get into the nitty-gritty, like
onto implementation action item,
leave calculations and all that.
Like, right. Good. So as you indicated, like factories, I'm coming to the other dimension of your kind of a work. When companies and factories requires licenses on certain areas, and license renewals becomes a huge process. So how do you help them in getting those kind of things?
Accurately giving the data, what exact documents are required to apply for the license. Okay. What are the documentations accurately needed and without any errors for obtaining the license? That itself is almost
huge checklist, is it?
Huge checklist.
Okay.
Point and point. If you go in website, they will portray only 80% of it. Like when you go in the government office only, they will tell you additional things. Okay. For example, like a property tax, they will require, or they will say rental agreement. You can even, instead of rental agreement, if you're having a lease property or something, you're not having, you can present property tax. You can present the electricity bill. Okay, so you can present. There are alternatives for many things which people are not aware. They only see what's on the internet and they try to prepare that. But there are alternatives available. And more than all that you take, there are additional things that the government official will kind of require. And there are 2 or 3 things additionally we take also to give complete confidence to the official to issue the license.
Okay.
And we also come back to you and prepare you for what are the inspections the government official will make for a factory's license. What are the things that he will inspect? If for a shop or for a company, you need how much square feet the establishment is, the company is, how many number of employees, male, female head count, and what is the electricity megawatt it's covered, right? Some people will fill it, like only 2-3 elements of this, and will go to apply. And they'll say like, we're not getting license, we're not getting license. You have to let them. We have to invite the officer over. So with us, the government officials are quite confident that they have done our inspection well, and with confidence that they will even issue the license to start. And government licensing is something that you do on the roll, right? So what I'm missing out in the payroll, what you have to contribute. It is looks extensive, and people who have written certain things in the legal legislations in India, they use terms which are not normal people can understand.
It is extensive, but it is very essential. Whatever you are pointing out on various elements, it is very much essential as an employee to know, and as a corporate also, we must be knowing, so that we understand the easier process, or something like which you have earlier pointed out, this system, e-card system, something like that.
eshram.
It was very new to me. eshram system is something very new to me. So yes, even that particular point is very insightful for getting an awareness, which many people are not.
That is a value add that Ivan and hgcompliance.com can give you.
Okay.
The clarity, and not only knowing it but implementing it.
Right.
Because knowing everything is nothing if you don't take action. I would always say keep taking action. It's okay to fail, but not okay to fail continuously. If you fall down, pick up yourself, keep walking, keep doing work, never be demotivated. This world is for people who never give up, and always believe that today is a good day and errors will happen. So for example, today one of my staff newly joined, he went to submit for audit documents. He traveled 45 minutes in Bangalore traffic. So his new mobile phone slipped from the mobile holder and it fell down. So I told him not to worry about it, complete the audit, we will buy you a new phone, and you're safe, that's all matters. And he reached back to us, and we've given him alternative. So things happen when you're doing it. Things happen. Things happen. So you just have to go with a better steady flow.
True. Got it. Yeah. As you are giving a lot of insights, like is there any rule for an organization to display all these items in the notice board, or any abstract or any document which they are bound to do for their employee? Is there any way, or what do you say?
Yes. So it is mandatory as per the labor laws for there are 2 things: notice board and abstracts. Okay. So abstracts of the act, like the maternity act, the gratuity act, the bonus act. Okay, what does the EPF abstract says? All right. So there are abstracts like that is by the act, by the and amendments that come. You have to there's a in the local language, that particular state local language, and English, or if in northern states Hindi. You have to put 2 copies. Okay. This is not only in the physical board. Also outside the gate, you have to install the notice board. Starts from there. Your company name. It should be in the local language. You have to have to display the GST number, and you have to mention no child labor employed here. It's compulsory. And in the notice board, you have to mention the name of if the factory means inspector of factories, his name, his circle covered area, and his number and email ID. You have to mention. Most companies don't do that.
Mandatory.
Mandatory. If it's a company, a labor inspector, his or her name, with due respect, his mobile number, of landline number, and their address and their email should be mentioned, along with what are the holidays and festivals that we are following in our company. We have declared this as holiday, and notice board like 4 nearby hospitals. And you have to mention who are your CPR, enabled to give CPR, cardiac pulmonary resuscitation, and also who are authorized to firefighting training has been given, And in case they are absent, who are their substitutes? And nearest police station number, and also like how the wastage is segregated, what are the raw materials inside the organization, what are the materials declaration, that also should be on the notice board. Have an evacuation point in case employees assemble in case of alarm, fire, or like any encounters. For example, when a first visitor comes to your premises, you should immediately tell them like you're sitting in this room, meeting room, and the evacuation point, in case you hear any alarm or siren or we alert you, the exit is at this point. So safety drill should be given, because in an organization, safety first. Any company for that matter. And I'm talking licenses is applicable for not only operating the business, even a lift requires license. Lift license is there, like I said. You have to display the license in the lift.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes. So that is there as such. Like so, the lift license ensures that the quality of the lift is maintained, and even the fire extinguishers, whether it being powder, any chemical fire or anything, there's a validity for that as such. Like that comes in the entire big topic of HSEQ, health, safety, environment, and quality. So we have done audits such like this for Cobelco is the recent company we have done. I've shared a video of with the factory head who has shared his testimony regarding that. So we have conducted audits in Gumadipundi, Mumbai, Noida, Sri City, and Guwahati. All the regional office, the sales as well as the factory assembling of the excavators and cranes. So factory level audits have been done for safety, health, environment, and it's all interlinked with the labor law.
Interlinked. Okay. See, in Indian context, you also aware that only when there's something mandatory from the government regulations, only that I will follow, like a traffic signal, which when a policeman is there, only that point in time I'll stop for red or green. Otherwise, I'll just move on. That's a habit from an Indian ideal Indian customer. But talking about this labor law, compliance, audit, and all that, it's a huge one where many people may not follow. You may have experience in the past. But how significant is this for an organization to follow? And what is the kind of a benefit which I get as an organization?
We have to definitely adhere to it. And coming to the traffic policemen, they're asking you to wear helmet for your own safety. And a great entrepreneur, ex-chairman of Tata, the Polanyi Group, Mr. Cyrus Polanyi, unfortunately passed away. He was riding one of the most luxurious safety car, Mercedes-Benz, and if only he had worn the seat belt. He was sitting in the back side, and the car was at a high speed. That the lady, in fact, the driver, she had the impact, but she still survived. G's death could have been avoided if they had followed the compliance. Wearing a mask during COVID is a compliance.
Right.
Compliance is brought in and enforced for our own good, safety, and our growth, our living. Like even in movies, they have disclaimer: no smoking and no drinking. So it's like they disclaim that because that's actually good for you. Common sense. You already know it, but sometimes you don't follow it. But if repeatedly told, they have a belief that you will somehow implement someday.
Right.
In your mind, there are a lot of things saying yes. They say no. Like there's something like at the back of the mind, like follow the regulations. Many of them start the business. Government even allows them to start the business, but they say within 6 months of 1 year period, you have to file certain norms. For example, you have to have an FSSAI, Food Safety Authority of India license, Food Safety Standards Authority of India, before you start the restaurant, so that the hunger of your clients are satisfied. At the same time, there's no food poisoning or there's no wrong materials or all these things are done. For example, the coconut oil that we use on the head, it is not just for a cosmetic purpose. It's edible oil. For example, it has the FSSAI license, and the FSSAI ensures that it has gone through a quality testing, and it is coming to a standard which is consumable. Your organization is coming into a practice which, like, if you follow the basic labor laws of the land, it is operatable. If you want to go more than that, it is like we have things like ISO 9001, 2022, and all that ranges is there. Different organizations given PCMM level companies, level 1, level 2. There is green belt management things. Further, it keeps on going. It's basic principle like 5S, total quality management, total productive management, basic management studies. So this government is ensuring that ultimately human beings are working for human being, and the human being is supplying for another human being, and it is benefited by human beings. All the stakeholders are human beings. Government officials are also human beings. Government law enforcement are also human beings. It is we for ourselves. So it is a legislation, it's a law to maintain order, to bring a coherence. If all the elements of the clock work together only, the time will be perfect.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly. So having got vast experience in this field of labor law, compliance and all that, what is your 3 best advices for upcoming entrepreneurs in this field, especially HR field? What do you feel the best advice is to
have a passion and love towards what you do, because the work you do is not like breathing. If you really love it, if you really love what you do, you're passionate about it, some kind of interest should be there, then only you will be able to do it successfully. Whether being a pilot or whether be a IT engineer or a doctor or a factory worker, whatever be your nature of work is, love your work. Number 2 is have a very good work-life balance. Those entrepreneurs, I ask them to take frequent clarity on what they're doing, add value, do it with purpose. And whatever you do it with excellence and with integrity. Anything that gives you profit, don't be worried about trial and errors or testing, experimenting, but keep doing it. Kindly adhere to the laws, apply, for the licenses, legislations, and understand one thing. As a consultant, we are here to set you on a purpose-driven path and with clarity, so you can focus on your role. We will take care of the documentation part, and what you have to do tomorrow, do it today. What you have to do it today, do it now. If you do it now, you will succeed as an entrepreneur.
Wonderful. So having running this years of business, what is your future plans, Ivan?
Yes, future plans is like also advising the government for ease of business. So we appreciate the state government of Telangana as one of the most forerunning kind of government. Like in one day you can start your business. One day you can have your licenses obtained, cleared. Yes, online application is being made to bring that kind of system. Less challenging, lesser documentation, more
hassle-free process,
hassle-free experience, more simple. Make it simple, and I want to add more clients. That is why I'm reaching out for this interview as well, to help out many MSMEs, many corporations, large, big corporations, many startups, advise entrepreneurs. And with HEC, I want HEC to be a business market forum where we are dealing with multiple. So we have business to B2B reference as well. So there is a person who supplies stationery, we connect to other clients. We see that the talent has left this organization, we can place it within our own client, inter-client communication.
Community.
Yes, and something beautiful as a co-working space, and sharing of consultants, and bringing ease to things, advising government where to ease up the regulations, not to make it more complicated, more lessening the things. So see, I'll make it very easy. We pay the travel agent for ease of booking, right? So that in the last moment, even for the boarding pass, we don't go, and it's all mandatory things that we able to. So try to book a ticket from Make My Trip or Paytm. So Paytm was initially paying for the service, like using a QR code or whatever mobile number. So every mobile number has become a bank account right now. It's linked to bank account.
True.
And recently I booked a ticket, like from Noida to Bangalore, and Paytm, lesser number of questions, less number of data to fill up. I got the ticket at a very good rate. I mean, have emotional, mental capacity in labor laws, in contract staffing, payroll, talent acquisition, and advisory in audit for avoiding what is extra too much and focusing on the core areas.
Core areas. Fine. Fantastic.
Because there is a time limit, and I told you vertical time. Live within that golden time. In a day, 8 hours is most valuable. Make it very, very contributing, result worthy, essentially.
Wonderful. And I'm coming to the last part of this interview, and which is a funny session of this particular session is a rapid fire round where I need a very honest answer in your business journey. Question one will be, what is the best advice you have ever got?
Give me everything in time,
Okay.
In time. You're doing it well, but make it before time, as such.
Make it before time. Okay.
And also don't let us follow you, but you follow us.
Proactively.
The consultant proactively follow as a company. We follow the company as a consultant, not the company following us. Practical advice.
Fine. And what was the worst advice you received?
Worst advice was when is it going to happen? Yes. Right now we are in the Diwali period. So offices, it takes some time of government licensing or weather challenges, like we have the flooding in Bangalore, or during COVID times. Even right now we have restrictions to go to the office, to the EPF government office to get the appointment. So the client has committed to us, and they have paid us, and it's it's not like whether we're doing it or not, but when are you going to do it? So that's
the restlessness from the clients and
yes, because some of them in audit they get paid only when the audit has been cleared.
Okay. What have you learned from your failures?
Not to give up.
Okay.
To see a remedy immediately and take action. Take action.
Okay.
And apologize by not saying I'm sorry, but take action on it.
Take action. Okay. When it comes to social media, Instagram or LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Digital marketing or networking?
Networking.
Discount offer to client or value addition to client?
Value addition.
Investment in business automation or investment in self-learning?
If you are learned in automation, that is the best value add.
Okay. I mean, subject to your industry, that works well for you. Okay. Long-term branding or immediate sales?
Long-term branding.
Outsourcing the work or doing it yourself?
If you outsource the work, only I get the work. So I will say, for us, we have to do the work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, give it to the specialist. I'm telling you, give it to the specialist.
Give it to the specialist. Okay. Fine.
It's like, if you come to a consultant, you're going to a surgeon who knows do all the surgeries.
Yes.
He's not a general physician. So you will get a mental clarity and peace that you've given it to the professionals. And with vast experience, we've handled it. Because we have handled like you every day, like clients like yours every day. We're keeping them safe. So give it to a professional.
That's your call. Okay, sure. So if you want to give any information to the audience on how to reach out to you as an individual, if I want something, if I'm starting an organization or anything, how should I approach you, and what is your first step in getting into conversation, and how do I approach you?
All right. I think below this link, GS Kumar ji will put my contact details. Mobile number, for sake of clarity, is 9840667011, and email is iban@hgcompliance.com, and my website is www.hgcompliance.com, and you can search the net for HERTZ, HERTZ, Global Compliance Services, and we are across all social media platforms, including even Pinterest and Tumblr. We are there, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So you reach out to us. We have our regional office in your city. We have licensing experts. We will give you a very candid and open consultation. Even if nothing is set till now, your future is there. That is very remarkable ahead. We are there to guide you and lend our support with our B2B expertise, as well as labor law compliance, contract staffing, payroll, statutory compliance audit, and talent acquisition.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ivan, for giving your time, valuable time, apart from your regular, very busy schedules. Running one organization is a huge, terrible thing where you are handling multiple organizations headache together, and having allotting this time and educating on a lot of items, which is very profound, was really, really informative and educative. And all the very best for your future endeavors, and all the best.
Thank you to GS Kumar ji for reaching out to me and immediately responding for the interview. I hope this gives clarity to people. I thank the viewers, and HG also supports insurance of life, health, and general. So we have a HGC IMF insurance marketing firm as well. Reach out to us for all your corporate insurance needs, your investment proofing, and come in for open consultation, and we will definitely add value with purpose and excellence, and we bring much clarity, and we look to increase your profits with making a pleasurable, joyful working environment and systems. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Rest assured, if at all they are collaborating with you on all their HR needs.
Just feel free to reach us. We will support you. We are very friendly, and ours is a very enlightening way of doing things. And we will teach you with many wits and humor along the journey. And glad to do business. Thank you from Ivan Anthony John, Director of Hertz Global Compliance Services. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.